Hi, welcome in. What are you here to see me for today?
I am about to get married, and so I want to get on birth control. And I kind of just want to figure out like what type and what that
Okay,
looks like.
perfect. Yeah, so your purpose for getting on birth control is to prevent getting pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
very good. That's really good. Yeah, studies really reinforce the effectiveness of birth control. If you are not on birth control, about 85% of women who are not on it unintentionally get pregnant within the first year.
Yeah.
So
And
let's avoid that.
A year, yeah. I don't want to get pregnant within the year.
Exactly.
I don't feel like I'm ready, but.
Perfect. Well, different kinds of contraceptives have different rates of effectiveness. I'm going to list off 3 of the most effective. All of them rank 99% effectiveness or higher, as long as you're consistent with it. So one of the most common kinds of contraceptives is the hormonal pill. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Yep.
And how that works is it keeps your estrogen and progesterone levels pretty stable, and that prevents you from ovulating or being able to get pregnant. This is popular because it's very easily reversible. You just stop taking it once you want to get pregnant. And lots of people like it because it can provide symptom relief for periods, so kind of
I've heard
lessens
that.
cramps.
And I've heard it like helps acne too sometimes.
Yes, exactly. But some people might not choose it because it's a strict routine. So if you're not very good at like following a routine, being able to take a pill at the same time every day, and if you and if you use it for too long, like for years on end, it can increase your risk of blood clots.
Okay.
So long-term use can have some side effects. Another really popular option is a hormonal IUD.
Mm-hmm.
What this does is it is a physical insertion of a device into your uterus, and it will make your uterus an inhospitable place for your partner's sperm. So they will not be able to get you pregnant. And this is popular because it's very convenient. Once it's just a visit to the doctors and then you're good. Don't gotta think about it. You do gotta get it replaced every few years, but other than that, it's good. It also helps reduce the effects of your period and symptoms. Some people are uncomfortable with it because it can be an uncomfortable or sometimes painful insertion.
Yeah.
And there are very low risks of it maybe falling out or even piercing your uterus. But those risks are low, and if you're interested, we can get more into that.
Yeah.
And the third option, and right now this is considered the most effective form of birth control, it's called Nexaplon, or it is an implant in your arm. And this will do both. It will suppress hormones to prevent ovulation, and it will also make your uterus an inhospitable place for sperm. So 2 in 1.
Yeah.
And it's popular because it's the most effective right now, and it doesn't affect your estrogen levels. So if you have other health concerns like high blood pressure, or if anything like that develops, this is a very good choice. But some side effects is that it could cause some unpredictable spotting. You won't have a predictable period, and it will be a little bit of a surgical implantation.
Yeah.
But those are some options. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I've heard of all of those. It's good to know like exactly how they work and what about each one makes them different and makes them more effective. A lot of people I'm close with, and like my sister and stuff, have done an IUD, like a hormonal one, and I have heard like insertion can kind of be rough, but after that, after a few weeks, it's like usually like really nice. So I think that might be the option. But something that does worry me is I feel like I've seen online a few times like people talking about if you use contraceptives long term, then it can affect your fertility in the future, and like that kind of stresses me out because like at some point I wouldn't want to have kids, just like not right now. So I wondered if if there's any truth to that, like what you would have to.
Yeah, that's a really good and common concern, and that's actually a misconception that's going around online. There was another study by PubMed that talks about that, and goes into how fertility returns after stopping contraceptives. And it stated that 83.1% of women were able to get pregnant within the first year of stopping contraceptive use.
Okay, yeah.
So the chances of you struggling with fertility after contraceptives is pretty low, and if that happens, then we can work together to figure that out.
Yeah, totally. All right, I think that might be my option. Thank you so much for educating me.
Yes, thank you for coming in, and we can set that appointment to work that out.
Perfect.